Hi Leo, here is a general look at your solar chart for March 2014. Now I'm going to do this a little bit differently this month. I'm going to give you 2 to 3 minutes of a nutshell version, and then I'll go on and talk about a few of the details and flesh that nutshell version out a little bit. But if you want to read the article for the month and also get the dates for which parts of your sign the certain planets will be affecting the most this month, you can go to DianaGarland.com and find that written up there. So in a nutshell, well, overall this is a time when you are clearing the decks from the past in order to plant the seeds for the future. And new green shoots will already be just about kind of breaking the surface. In March, mental processes accelerate. You'll be juggling a lot of information and connecting with various personalities, probably, but most importantly, you should listen to the small voice within, which is your intuitive guidance, helping you to pick your way through the welter of information and also probably kind of shifting feelings within you. Patience will be needed related to the two family members, property matters, and your domestic environment, neighborhood, that kind of thing. From the end of the month, reaching into unfamiliar areas will give you the bigger picture, so really cast your nets wide there. And that was the nutshell. And now in more detail, well, the new moon on the 1st in Pisces mixes well with Jupiter and Pluto, who are currently at odds with each other. And for you, Leo, despite the general tendency to take things a little bit too seriously, just as I'm actually telling you this, there is a black cat walking across my garden outside, so very appropriate for the moment that I'm doing the Leo forecast, don't you think? Just disappeared under the hedge. Okay, so where was I? Yes, despite your tendency to be hanging on a little bit more too tightly, maybe you know, standing your ground a little bit too, maybe being a bit over the top. If you were to loosen up on your own expectations and flow with the bigger picture, maybe letting go of some previous standpoint or kind of vision that you had, then you will probably gain more, because you will preserve something which is of more value. And then the new moon, obstacles may cause you to, you know, scrutinize your plans, but take a positive step forwards regarding what you share with another, your joint interest, you're jointly, you know, working on together, or that you value, both of you together. Until the 21st, the sun is in a gear shifting mode, and so you'll probably feel sensitive as you intuitively gauge your way forwards, and you could be more in touch with your feelings, your intuition, but also your emotions. You could be feeling a bit touchier, a bit more emotional, and you are also more aware, maybe being more sensitive towards another, being more aware of where they're coming from in an emotional way, but also in a financial kind of way as well. And it could also have you musing over some deeper questions, but answers will come less through the intellect really, and more through the instinct. And then transition is going to occur through mutual action with or challenge from another, and your value structure and instinct is going to tell you the right thing to do. And excuse me, until the 18th, communications, personal, professional and close interactions and collaborations are busy, and you'll probably be gathering information, bouncing ideas around, finding out a lot, and intrigued, but maybe not very impressed by another's take on things. But even if you do disagree or need more information, at least it clarifies your own thinking along the way. But interacting with agents, go-betweens, guides, just people who know stuff that you want to know, or indeed you as the information giver, go-between, guide. You could be more looked upon like that at the moment, in that time frame there. And then from the 18th, communications tend to become more strategic, confidential. You're holding your cards to your chest. You're not letting on about everything. You could be in a negotiation type situation. The financial angle could be a strong feature, or it could revolve around property, a space, a venue, and that might be belonging to another or dependent upon another, or an outside agency of some kind. And there could be discussion, paperwork, and just general communications related to agreements, contracts, or any of those types of matters. But new potentials are in the wind, because from the 21st the Sun is in a more outgoing, expansive area, which tends to raise the spirits. You see fresh possibilities, and especially if you get outside of the routine box, which would be advisable. And this is a good time to go to places you're not used to, take a break, travel. Distant horizons are very much emphasized here, but also just plunging into an environment where you're learning something new, really. In the last 2 days of the month, the new moon in Aries lines up with Uranus, Pluto and Jupiter in a very good angle to your sun sign, and you may feel the need to bust out of whatever's been holding you back, and you're going to get the chance to do that probably. It's a great time for expansion and explorations which teach you new things, and you'll have the opportunity to kind of find those critical pieces of the puzzle, join up the dots, get the eagle eye view, and also for looking into the legal side of things, that might be, you know, and broadcasting, putting the word out there, but also getting more information coming your way, and it could be, as I say, negotiating a deal. But be mindful of another's angle, and be careful, because you can be blinded by your own optimism or desires or worries when Mercury lines up with Neptune on from the 20th. So your thinking could get fuzzy. There can be miscommunications, crossed wires, and it's difficult to get absolute clarity on things, because really and truly deception could be a feature here. And you're trying to drill down and get under the skin of a situation, and perhaps get to the bottom of what, you know, how somebody ticks or something. But you're not getting all the facts. You know, you just sense that you're not getting all the facts, or indeed you are not letting them have all the facts. So yes, once again, negotiation type situations come to mind, but it can be in your personal life too. You know, a lot going on inside, but you're very, very, very good at putting on that brave face and just on with the show. So anyway, this can be the result of outside factors which either sedate or confuse. You know, you haven't got control over this. But if you avoid conflating too many different options or ideas, and just keep your eye on the bouncing ball, you know, out there, but also in here of what how you're wanting things to pan out, then you just got to trust, and also trust your gut instinct. Now, Venus completes her mega transit of Capricorn on March the 6th. That's been a very practical transit for you, and favorably highlighting anything to do with work, chores, liaising with somebody to do with work, methods that you're using, techniques that you're using, but also health matters. So liaising with people over health. That transit's been going on since, I think it's been going on since last November. So it's quite a long one there, and it's coming to an end, but you tend to have pretty reasonable interaction with co-workers or therapists or medical people, even though they don't solve the problem, mechanics, or, you know, technicians, and even though they don't solve the problem, you just, you know, you couldn't really start to make friends and get to know them. But they might help you solve the problem. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily mean that they couldn't, but as I say, the exchange tends to be quite, satisfying. Pluto, but I should say Pluto is also in this area and will be. It's been in that area for many years and will be into 2025. So in that case, Pluto makes things just that bit more intense regarding work methods, colleagues, co-workers, and also health problems, health matters. And all of that, though, with Pluto, the great evolver, the great transmuter of situations, the snake energy of Pluto, has you sloughing off the old dried up skin in that area there, and then this shiny, sparkly, glittering, brightly coloured new skin of the snake you slither out. But it might sort of happen in stages, and you because Pluto will have evolution wherever it goes. So if you just keep your beady eye fixed on how you'd like it to be, and use the law of attraction to kind of magnetize yourself in that direction, then all should be well. If there has been dissatisfaction in your line of work, or the way you do your work, or the way you're organized, or your scheduling, or whatever it is, then also Pluto can help improve things here. With a little bit of letting go, because the thing about Pluto is quite emotional energy, and you have to surrender and let go of something that you thought that you could never let go of. And it might be a habit, or it might be a habitual way of doing something. So the new regimes could have a positive and powerful effect upon you, regenerating you, but also they could have carry more weight with others and have quite an influence on others as well. Saturn is in a long cycle of challenging you to take responsibility for the dust swept under the carpet from the past. So therapeutic work will trigger inner change. Externally, a more body-centered approach through healthy practices should help you build better emotional, physical foundations, Leo. Outwardly, you'll have to be working harder at family relationships. They'll be more demanding. Maybe they've got more problems. Getting along with others in a community or a neighborhood, and that's the one over the wires as well. You've got to really plug away at that, work hard at that. And you may feel a lack here, in any of these areas as well. And emotionally, you may feel as though, there's something missing there within you. And this is a very, very slow burn one with Saturn, but you've got to slowly work through your stuff. And anything that you've just been tolerating regarding, externally, your domestic situation, your neighborhood, community, whether that's over the wires or not, extended family, your manor, your tribe, your chapter, whatever, that's going to need your attention, because there's going to be obstacles and challenge coming from those areas there. And you're tying up the loose ends from the past, you're drawing a line under it, and you're moving on into the future. And that transit is going to be there until just about the end of the year. From the 6th, Venus is strong in her favorite place, and affairs of the heart are very favored. You and someone could really be clicking, you bonding, finding a rapport, and whatever kind of relationship it is, a special someone could come into your life, though, and you could really, really do business with that person. Whether that's a fleeting relationship or a long-standing one, you should feel value, in fact, their information, their financial contribution, their loving intention, their knowledge, whatever it is. You should really appreciate that, and they should really appreciate you. Well, of course they should, because you're a Leo. But no, this transit here, Venus, in this area here, does mean that they are more likely to be appreciating you and even admiring you, really. And you've got no problem with that. So bask in that warmth. Until July, Mars is in a transit of your solar communication sector, accelerating your mental processes, firing up the way you express yourself. You're having to juggle a lot of information, ideas, paperwork, maybe having to juggle a lot, you know, really taxing on your brain. Educational pursuits, speaking, writing, any other forms of creative self-expression, socializing, connecting with people, connecting with information, all of that can be really demanding, and actually at some moments you can feel this sense of urgency. It's kind of competitive, you're trying to keep up. You might be speaking faster and faster and faster, so you must just take time out, clear your mind, sit down, meditate, let it all go. You know, it's still going to be going on when you come back. Yeah, you could be flying around a lot more too. You know, there can be, as always with Mars, a little bit of tension, a little bit of conflict, crossing swords with someone who hasn't got the same opinion as you. And sometimes you could feel that others are being too over the top, too impatient with you, or they might feel that from you. But you know, you can be more defensive as well with Mars here. But overall, you should start to feel more confident about what you think, about taking, you know, very strong stand, firm decisions, and able to define certain objectives more clearly, wanting to outline a game plan, getting it all down on paper or whatever. And you can be productive and successful with media, promotions, negotiations, anything like that. And just getting things off your chest, basically. And then until next July, Jupiter is having you letting go and forgiving, and in general tying up loose ends from the past, which will help you grow, and as all things are connected, add to the pool of goodwill for us all, no matter how insignificant, how small, how difficult it is at the time. Everything is appreciated. And this is also a good time for you to be finishing off a project, developing a project behind the scenes, getting on with it, doing more imaginative work, inner work, artistic, just letting go and listening to music, just kind of floating off, you know, and getting getting out of your mind. It's very good with Jupiter here, and of course meditation, yoga, that kind of thing. And this is an area where you can be your own worst enemy, though, shooting yourself in the foot because you can't let go of a bad old habit and you know it's not doing you any good. So in general, this is your opportunity to heal old wounds and touch base with your spirituality. And this is the preparation time before Jupiter, wonderful, expansive, abundant Jupiter, comes into your sign, which is going to be from late July onwards. And that's it for March. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecasts for those. And also, if you want more information or the dates on things, go to DianaGarland.com. And I'll see you the next time.